We've passed the midway point of the regular season. How many Big Ten teams are getting into the playoff? Jacob Goins thinks Iowa's a bunch of frauds, and we make our picks for Week 10 on today's Locked On Big Ten Squad.
You're talking ball with the Big Ten Squad, sponsored by Game Time. From USC to Ohio State, from Michigan to Oregon, from Nebraska to Washington, it's the local experts of the Locked On Podcast Network bringing you scoops, breakdowns, and the most comprehensive preview of the upcoming Big Ten weekend. No hurt feelings and thin skin allowed. Squad up, you're part of the Big Ten Squad.
Happy Thursday, everybody. Welcome to this week's Locked On Big Ten Squad. I'm your host, Spencer McLaughlin, neutral arbiter of all things college football. Jacob Goins of Locked On Hoosiers is here with Jay Stevens, Locked On Buckeyes. Mark Colkin of Locked On USC has entered with Nebraska on tap this week. We will definitely talk about that game. Roman Tomashoff of Locked On Huskies, who can get here a lot easier than Washington can get into the top 25 because we allow them in. And Nick Arvin of Locked On Purdue, who is going to talk football today. Not that he wants to, but we're going to force him to. So let's start with what Goins said before we hopped on here to record. You don't think Iowa's real. You think but the floor is yours, Goins. You started this, whether you like it or not.
Yeah, I mean, I said it off the mic, but that's okay, or off the recording, but I'll say it on the recording too. Iowa is not a good football team. They're not a top 25 team. Everybody's trying to make this argument that they should be, and when Oregon drops 58 on them next week, everybody will forget about it, and nobody will care about the Hawkeyes. Their wins are against Albany, UMass, Rutgers, Wisconsin, Penn State, and Minnesota. Are we serious right now? We're talking about one team that's already fired their coach, two more teams that are on their way to firing their coach, and we're acting like they're a top 25 squad. Iowa, speak of the devil. That's
hold on. We got to work this. We got to work this around. Wait. I think I can't figure this out. There we go. Trent Condon of Locked On Hawkeyes couldn't have jumped in at a better moment. Are Iowa just a bunch of frauds, Trent? Because that's what Jacob is arguing.
What is going on? Jacob's calling him a fraud. I mean, they're an injured quarterback away from having a loss on the season, and I was sitting at 7-1. All it took was a simple screen pass. Iowa wins that football game, and you're talking about a 12th-ranked Hoosier squad. Fraud? Come on, Goins. What are you doing over there?
They're just not top 25 worthy in my opinion.
Then Indiana can't be either. I mean, you had to have a backup quarterback miss a screen pass to beat Iowa. If you're saying Iowa's a fraud, then Indiana's a fraud. This is idiocy. What is going on here?
No, Indiana has the best win in the country, a road win against Oregon. How is that even possible?
And you struggled to beat Iowa. A backup quarterback completes a screen pass. You lose the game.
What is it? We can't be talking about hypothetical wins. We're not the SEC. Come on, Trent.
Oh, you beat me to it.
That was a good jab. Good jab. Quality jab. Pro Big Ten jab, if you will.
I'm a company man. What can I say?
Yeah, Trent, did you want to follow up, or should we? Let's hit the round table here. You guys might need to simmer things up
for today. Spencer just threw this out there.
Yeah, I know we had a different idea, but guess what? When you find something that's more interesting and exciting, you run with it. So speaking of Iowa, Washington comes to mind. Roman, you and I talked about this on my show earlier this week. I don't know what Washington or Iowa have to do to get inside the top 25, but apparently it is due more than be 6-2 with some dominant wins, including for the Huskies last week over a top 25 team.
Yeah, apparently that's still not enough. So I'm fully expecting Washington to go play their next three matchups at Wisconsin, at home against Purdue, and then on the road at UCLA. And if they come out of those three at 9-2, maybe that'll be enough to do it. I don't know at this point in time. And I know those three schools have a combined 3 wins in Big Ten play, which all come from UCLA. So that's its own issue. But it's exhausting at this point because how many SEC teams that are 6-2 are unranked? 0. Like this wouldn't be a conversation. I'm tired of this, truly.
You have to own the bye week, Roman. Then you get re-ranked. You have to own the bye week.
you got to dominate.
Clearly still isn't enough.
Coach has got to go to the mic and say, man, I loved what we did during bye week. We are trending up. Jay, your team does not have a problem getting ranked, nor will they ever, nor should they, frankly. So does this entire conversation just amuse you from afar as you just sit upon your throat? You're like Joffrey in this conversation. You're just sitting there, and we all look up and, wish that we had that particular spot at the moment. But, right now, Ohio State still looks down on the rest of college football.
They do. And as I think about what Trent has said, Jacob and Roman, I'll go to Roman first. I'm with Roman. I don't know why Washington's not ranked at all. It's one of the weirdest things that's happened in this season. If you put them in the SEC, they're a top 15 team. But because of they're in the Big Ten, and maybe geographically where they are in the country, they're not ranked at all. It doesn't make any sense. It hasn't made sense at all. For Jacob and Trent, I mean, you can only play who's on your schedule, and you have to win those games. I might say that Iowa's a fraud, but honestly, guys, I don't really care because Ohio State would blow them out, so it doesn't really matter. So it's kind of fun just watching this whole thing just play out. Keep going. I enjoy it.
Trent is never coming back to this show.
It's just, I mean, if we're going to have dumb takes, Jacob, you can have dumb takes, but let's use a little bit of thought process here. Do you understand what you said? You watched that game, right? Did you watch Iowa, Indiana?
Oh, yeah, I did. Very intently.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's the argument here? Because I got here late. What is the argument that makes Iowa fraud over, what are we talking, Iowa a fraud over a top 25 team? I need to get more context here.
My reasoning was that Iowa has not beat anybody that's worth anything, and when Oregon beats them by 50-something next week, everybody will forget about the conversation altogether. Iowa's wins this year in P4 are against Rutgers, Wisconsin, Penn State, and Minnesota. One team that's already fired their head coach and two more teams that are well on their way. I'm not giving any credit for those. I just can't do it.
In the context, though, this is the thing that I struggle with. So who is Tennessee beat? Who is Texas beat? Who are the other teams in the fringes of the top 25 beat?
I hear
Nobody
you
else
on the
has beat
SEC.
anything either. So to lump Iowa in here, that's the dumb part of it. All right. Calling them a fraud is stupid. This is stupid thinking. And these are the things that I have trouble with in this hot take world where you got to say something dumb to get on a reel, do those different things. No, it's not an Iowa thing. This is an issue with you not being able to move past it. So what is the argument here? That Iowa shouldn't be in the top 25? Okay, fine. But in comparison to the rest of this, I just don't understand where the Iowa hate is coming from. And Spencer, I know he's nervous for the 8th.
Oh, we haven't gotten there yet. Mark, your team is back in the top 25. Is USC decidedly better than the Hawkeyes?
Decidingly? I have no idea. I know Iowa probably has a better defense than USC, a more consistent defense. What I'm finding kind of funny and ironic about this whole Indiana puffing out their chest thing, you guys built your street cred, and I'm using finger quotes right now, on soft schedules to get to 10 wins last year. You did the same thing this year, and granted, you had a good win this year. Act like you've been there before.
I'd say Indiana has two good
They
wins
haven't.
this year.
In fairness, they haven't.
They haven't been there before.
That's my point, Roman. I'm starting to get whiffs of early Oregon success. They got to tell everybody how good they are.
Thank God Craig Sheeman is here. Please help me, Craig. I'm getting blasted here, man.
If you're going to step up to the program, you better back up your own words. Don't look for help.
Mark, you're just mad that Indiana's a better program in 2 years than USC.
See, I just gave your team credit, and you don't know how to act like you've been there before.
Because, like Roman said, Indiana's never been here.
Basketball, Jacob. Pretend this
Indiana's
is
the best team in the country, and I'm going to make sure everybody knows about it.
God, I can't wait for the fall because it's going to hurt big time.
It's going to be great.
That's fine. But while we're on top, we're going to enjoy it. Craig, am I right? Indiana should enjoy the moment of being, I think, the best team in the country, but at least ranked second in the nation.
First of all, I'm here to tell you that when the College Football Committee releases its first poll on Tuesday, don't be surprised when Indiana is 1 and Ohio State is 2 due to a slightly better resume. Number 2, on my radio show today, which I'm here in Southwest Florida, we were looking up situations for the Miami National Championship because I'm going to go when the Hoosiers are there in the first week of January, baby.
Love it. My man, Craig Sheeman.
Nick, is any of this Indiana love just making your skin boil down there?
I mean, not necessarily. When Jay, he said that he doesn't really care about.
That was not the answer our boss was looking for, but keep going, man.
Okay. when Jay said that he doesn't really care about this conversation because his team is number one, I felt that, but on the opposite side of things. I don't care because Purdue football isn't good enough to really matter right now. So I can't hate on Indiana. I can't really hate on Iowa because they would beat us. We're in a bad spot right now. We haven't won a conference game. We haven't won a conference game in about 2 years. So basketball season in full swing right now. Jacob, Trent, I hope you guys get it sorted out because Purdue, we're not in that conversation right now.
Why do you want them to get it sorted out?
Because, I mean, 2 Midwest guys. You know, we got Iowa, we got Indiana. I feel like
look at this guy. He wants everyone to sing Kumbaya and get along.
I like
That means
that.
Spencer and I have to get along, and I'm not about that.
Nick's just being nice until Purdue blast every one of us in basketball this season. That's what Nick is being nice about.
We'll see.
No, I don't know. Zach Edey's not walking through that door. It's, he doesn't walk through most doors. He ducks. So anyway, we're going to get to our Week 10 game picks. I don't think we're done with this Indiana-Iowa feud, so stick around for that. A lot more coming on today's Locked On Big Ten Squad. This episode brought to you by our friends over at FanDuel. The NBA is back, and there's no better place to get in on the action than FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. Even if you miss the start of the game or want to ride the hot hand, your guys' mics are still hot back there. FanDuel has live bets on everything from who will score next to the fourth quarter comebacks that you believe are about to arrive. It keeps every game exciting, especially when your team's making that late push. Every game that we are going to pick this week, available on FanDuel, of course. So if you think you know better than your least favorite host in this particular Locked On Big Ten squad and you want to fade his picks, maybe it's me. Maybe it's me. I don't even know how much I can fault you for that at this point in the season with how I've been with my best bets against the spread. We're getting better. We're getting better. Back-to-back winning weeks, looking to make it 3. If you think that's not going well, FanDuel's the place to show what you got. Right now, FanDuel is giving new customers $300 in bonus bets when your first $5 bet wins. Head to FanDuel.com and sign up and play your game with FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. I don't know what you guys were doing back there, but we are back for the Locked On Big Ten squad. So let's take a straw poll here to begin the second segment, and we will get to the Huskies as well. Roman, of the 8 of us that are here, seriously, whose mic is getting attacked by aliens?
I have a guess.
Okay. I think it sorted itself out. The aliens heard us and they left. That's very kind of them. Who would rank, if you made your own top 25, who would rank Iowa this week? 7 out of 8. Okay.
Oh, who's the idiot?
That's
Just because it's the majority doesn't mean it's right.
So
That's true.
put together the bottom of your top 25, Jacob. Who do you got? 21
Okay, doing that. Okay, Trent, asking him to do that on the fly is not a reasonable request.
Well, I want to see the type of team that he wants to have in the edge of the top 25. Who you got?
I mean, I think that USC is there. I'm pulling it. I have the current top 25 plus teams that receive votes. I think Washington absolutely should be. I've been on that train for months. I think Washington absolutely should be there. I think Navy has an argument too, just because of their record and not having what Iowa does.
Who'd they beat? That was your argument. Who'd they beat?
Who have they lost to?
Different argument than you were making earlier.
Goins going with the Ron Swanson hostile witness approach. Answering every question with a question.
I think Memphis deserves to be in that top 25, and that USC deserves to be in that top 25.
That loss to UAB was a good one. Yep.
I was going to go trend on that one.
Utah is questionable for me, but they at least have a top 25 win over Arizona State, and their losses are good losses. I hate that term, but I guess it applies here.
It feels like somebody's talking out of both sides of their mouth here. The same arguments you had against Iowa are what you're using for these other teams.
So I'll flip it to you, Trent. What is Iowa's argument to be a top 25 team?
Dominating victories
against terrible teams.
Wait, Jacob. That was our argument in Indiana last year.
Thank you, Craig.
So Indiana was not a top 25 team a year ago. That's fine. Yes, it's fine.
They were, but it's fine.
Just take the L. It's okay. We all do
How is it an L if I believe that Iowa is not a top 25 team after being 6-2
right now?
6-2 on the season against teams whose coaches are all going to be fired? I don't give credit for that.
But you just brought up Memphis, who lost to a team that fired their coach.
You're right. You're right. I just don't think Iowa's a top 25 team. I don't. And again, this whole conversation will be completely obliterated in a week from now.
Yes, absolutely.
A week from now.
Yes, because they'll be easily in the top 15 if they beat Oregon. Not that they
They
will.
won't.
Again,
They
Trent,
won't.
I thought you were going to say
won't.
when, and then you and I were going to have a tete-a-tete. It was
I
going to be
would've- I
great.
would've been hyped up
This is
if
what I
that
have
was-
problems
if that
with.
was the take.
I was going to change my banner in real time. I was going to run to my closet and get the pillow. It was going to be on like Donkey Kong, man.
I actually have some cognitive dissonance. I think about these things and think them through. I said, if I don't guarantee an Iowa victory, I'm not going to do those things. Indiana, Jacob, you should know this. Craig, you're an Indiana guy. You saw that game, right?
Yeah, you guys. I would have you in the top 25 because look, nobody outside of Iowa or maybe the Big Ten can name, who the superstars at Iowa are. But they last week they had a rushing touchdown, they had a passing touchdown, they had a defensive touchdown, they had a special teams return touchdown. They can get you in any number of ways and just sneak up on you. And you're right, they just no longer take the under on a 10-2 win for Iowa. They're scoring in the 30s, man. They're a pretty good football team. They give Indiana fits. By the way, I was late to the pre-show meeting. How did this Trent versus Jacob, Iowa versus Indiana?
Oh, it started before we were recording. Jacob said he didn't think Iowa was good, so I threw out the original rundown. We went with that, and here we are 16 minutes later and counting into the show today. And boy, I'm so glad
we went from Jacob thinking Iowa's not a top 25 team to Jacob thinks Iowa's a fraud, which I don't think they're all that great, but I don't think they're just a horrifically bad team.
I feel like you didn't watch the Iowa-Indiana game. If that's your takeaway and you're here puffing your chest that this is the best team in the country.
Okay. We're going to claim I didn't watch. Just because Iowa plays a good team close, you still lost. You lost the game. I've never seen a team pump their chest out for a loss. I'm like this.
Goins, have you ever watched the SEC commentary at any point in time?
They talk about hypothetical games that just don't exist.
They love quality losses. Nobody loves quality losses like the
I don't
SEC.
respect at all. I don't respect. A loss is a loss. Again, I said earlier, a good loss is not a thing to me because it's a loss. You either win or you lose. You're either in or you're out. There's no. We were close.
Notre Dame's not ranked then because all their losses were to ranked teams, right?
I mean, maybe. I just don't understand Iowa's argument of, well, we played Indiana close, so we should be ranked.
All right, I think we've picked on Goins enough. We could ease up a little. 17 minutes
You're gonna lose to Oregon by a lot. You're gonna lose to USC by a lot. And there's
Goins is about to become an even bigger Oregon fan than me. That is what is about to happen in the next week. He's going to be watching that game, sweating it even more than I will. On to the other thing that I was proposing here. Who would rank Washington right now?
I'm gonna put two hands up.
8 for 8. 8 for 8. Okay, Roman's got 2 hands, so 9 for 9. Just making sure we're on. See, we can agree on something. Look at us bridging the gap right there. We can all agree that Washington should be ranked because if you beat a top 25 team by 17 points and you never trail, you should probably.
They did trail. I'll correct
Is it just me or have
What? When?
for like 5 minutes? It was 17.
Frauds, unrank them.
Is it just
What,
me?
Damien?
Have the polls been extra wacky this year, though?
They have been.
It does feel like there have been a couple moments where you're just going, what are we doing?
Whatever the criteria is, it seems to change every 5 minutes. So.
Well, there seems to be a lot of overcorrection too, right? It's like, well, we didn't do this last week, so we got to make up for it this week. And teams who don't play, I think it was that Jay that said that earlier. It's like dominating the bye week or something. It's like, yeah, this team didn't play, and then you just move up for no reason. So the rankings are whack anyway. But I agree. They're whack.
Well, I don't think it's objectionable to go up if someone above you loses and their resume gets better, and you didn't do anything wrong by having your bye week scheduled at that point. I actually don't think that's horribly egregious.
Yeah.
Anyway, Nick, do you want to weigh in on the conversation? Because I know that football is a sore subject with you as we've discussed. You know what? We're wrapping up the second segment here. Nick, how excited are you for Purdue basketball? It starts next week for the Boilermakers. You got 30 seconds, man. Let us hear it.
I'm very excited. It actually starts right now. Purdue versus Indy is on right now as we speak. Exhibition.
My man.
Exhibition.
Oh, never mind. No, I'm not.
I still had to hop on the show, but Purdue basketball, it trumps Purdue football significantly. Number 1 team in the nation. We lost to Kentucky in the exhibition, but those don't really matter.
I love that you're watching it while we're doing the show. Like you had it on the screen. You're showing up just to clock in and show the bosses, I'm here. I showed up for the squad, and on the side you're like, oh man, our 3rd string shooting guard sucks.
And dating our taping. That's okay.
Yeah. All right, now for real, we will make our picks across the Big Ten for Week 10 is, I think, where we're at. That is coming up next. First, this episode brought to you by our friends over at Mazda. Mazda crafts cars for those who do more than simply move. Mazda delivers confidence with every ride with more IIHS Top Safety Pick awards than anyone else as of August 2025. 2 things I always look for in a car: safety and reliability. Mazda is proving that they are giving you just that. You can feel Japanese craftsmanship in every detail, from the metallic accents to available Napa leather upholstery. You can make everyday drives feel like anything but. Why be plain, vanilla, standard, ordinary when you can go above and beyond? From smooth handling to intuitive controls and all-wheel drive standard in every crossover SUV, you can drive with confidence through almost any season. And any and every season you need to drive through with confidence is right around the corner, so make sure you check out Mazda today. Like the players of your favorite team, they sweat every detail at Mazda, because when you make every move count, impossible becomes irrelevant. Mazda, move and be moved. It is game picks time here in the Locked On Big Ten squad. Who did we lose?
Nick.
Oh yeah, Nick went to I understand. They play Michigan this week. That's not going to be a particularly close game. But Jay Stevens, you know what? Just for fun, we'll start with you. Penn State about to shock the world in Columbus, right?
It's funny. It's funny.
I am. That's why I'm in the top left of the screen.
Yeah, you are. We're at the top.
Who's muting who?
Ohio State's about to just light work. Ohio State's defense never struggles with backup quarterbacks, and they're playing a backup quarterback this weekend, so it's going to be an easy game for the defense. Offensively, I think Julian Sand can continue to move up and potentially be the favorite to win the Heisman starting this weekend, because Penn State has good players. They're just not confident. If he rolls out there and throws for 400 yards, 4 touchdowns, he's going to keep climbing those charts. And Jacob, I would not be shocked if Mendoza's in New York for the Heisman ceremony, and I wouldn't be shocked if Julian Sand won it.
Does anyone have the guts to take Purdue money line over at FanDuel at Michigan this week? Anybody?
Not if you like money.
You mean at Ohio State?
Wait, how come I can hear all of you talk, but I did not hear one word that Jay just said? And I'm not kidding.
I heard it.
I heard everything.
He was
Totally
talking
fine,
about Purdue. So
Can you hear us now?
I've heard. I can hear you guys all the time. I could not hear Jay during his.
Can you hear me now?
I guess not.
Yes, no?
I guess that answers that
Mark,
question.
you're never going to believe it. Jay said Penn State's going to upset Ohio State. So crazy. He said Ryan Day's getting fired. James Franklin's coming back. Like he has to
we'll have to translate any and all of Jay's thoughts for Mark with the technical malfunction here. But Mark, I'll open the floor to you here. USC goes to Nebraska, a couple of 6-2 teams. Sorry, USC's 5-2, looking to improve to 6-2 in this game. Your outlook for the Trojans on the road?
As long as they don't give up a punt return for a touchdown or a kickoff return for a touchdown, I think USC has too much offense for Nebraska. I'm amazed of how poor Nebraska is in the trenches on both sides of the ball, and for me that causes concern if I'm a Nebraska fan, because USC has the talent to get to the quarterback. Will they do it on the road? That's another story. So this is one of those situations where Coach Riley said, hey, the ascent to the top, the last thing to do, the toughest thing to do is beat a ranked opponent on the road. Now, this is their semi-quasi beating a ranked team on the road type of situation, so they can have that momentum for those last 4 games of the year. Because if you can win at Nebraska, even though I'm not sure how good they really are, I think you have a puncher's chance going up to Eugene and giving you guys a fight.
Yeah, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it later.
Right now is USC beating Nebraska.
Yeah, let's go around because this is probably the best game of the week in the Big Ten. Goins, you like the Cornhuskers or the Trojans? Winner probably is inside the illustrious AP Top 25.
Yeah, I like USC. I think Mark's point's right. I think their offense is too much. What's the total? Getting towards 60 in this game, right? It probably will be by the time the game kicks off.
58 and a half. Yeah.
50, yeah, probably getting. It'll probably be that by the time. And look, I think USC just has too much firepower, and Mekhi Lemon's awesome. I mean, I'm not going against that guy, so give me USC to win.
Trent?
These two teams, we know about USC's issues traveling to the Midwest. We know about Nebraska's issues in general, and certainly against top 25 teams, it's the movable object against the whatever force. I mean, this is a toss-up. I think I like USC a lot more. I think they're a whole lot better team. They just got to prove that they can do something in the Midwest. I like the Trojans, but I certainly don't love them this week.
Roman, how do you see this one going?
I love Trent's point about USC traveling to the Midwest, but I think they have too much talent for Nebraska to handle. And I've, famously just been wrong about Matt Rule every single time I've picked for or against him. But, with that being said, I'm picking against him again. Give me USC.
Craig?
I don't trust Nebraska. I mean, there are sometimes they look pretty good. Dylan Raiola had like 3 interceptions a few weeks ago. They got railed by Minnesota, who got railed by Iowa. Then they barely beat Northwestern. I think USC wins this game. Maybe it's close early on because it is going to be a great atmosphere with the blackout under the lights, and then I think USC just blows them out as the game goes on.
Jay?
I'll make it quick. I'll just take USC in this one.
Yeah, I like USC as well. I as much as I hate to agree with Mark, I do agree with him that Nebraska up front not exactly stellar. A couple of interesting ones. We'll go quick double picks here, and then we'll close with Indiana because they are, I don't know, I guess more on upset alert than Ohio State. That's not a very, very high bar to clear. But Rutgers at Illinois, Michigan State at Minnesota. I think if Jonathan Smith loses this game, he might find himself on the way out.
Yeah,
Goins, go. Sorry,
okay. Just making sure we weren't jumping back or going across.
That one's on me. So.
Yeah. Look, I think Illinois is just going to bully Rutgers on both sides of the football up front. I like them to get it done. 12.5 points seems like a lot, though. I don't know. Just seems a little iffy to me. And then, I think Michigan State probably loses this one. I'm with you. I think Jonathan Smith gets fired, and then we get to start talking about another Big Ten coaching vacancy. So that'll be exciting.
Trent.
Back-to-back road trips for Rutgers feels like kind of a recipe for disaster. Illinois coming off that loss. I like the physicality, as Jacob mentioned, on that one. The Gophers, they're back at home. They're a completely different team up there at TCF Bank Stadium. So I think they roll here. And, we're talking about a new coach. And, there'll be another bullet point against the Hawkeyes, right? Because when Iowa plays Michigan State, it'll be another fire coach. And Jacob, even if they're 10-2, shouldn't be in the top 25, I guess.
Roman, you saw this Illinois team last week. You've seen Rutgers this week as well. Who do you think gets it done?
Give me Illinois. I was impressed with what they have, especially on the offensive side of the ball. I don't necessarily love their defense. I feel like whatever the line or the over-unders in this game, I'd take the over. I think there's going to be a lot of points scored in this game.
62.5.
60. Yeah, that's
62.
Yeah.
Even that seems kind of low because both these teams have good offenses, bad defenses. But give me Illinois to bounce back here.
Yeah, you think Michigan State can get their first win at Minnesota coming off that beatdown?
I really didn't even want to touch that game, but give me Minnesota. I guess. Not very interesting what both of those teams bring to the table this year.
Craig, pick these two.
Illinois, they can move the ball. They could score on just about anybody. Rutgers has no defense to speak of, so they'll put some points up. Illinois will win. Michigan State, on a couple of different occasions, look like they quit this year. Although they came out ready to play against Indiana, but the 38 unanswered points to UCLA was unforgivable. There's no emotion from Jonathan Smith, and there's no emotion on the sideline that carries over. They're going to go up to Minnesota. Minnesota's a lot better at home. I agree with that statement, whoever said that. Although Minnesota did not look good last week, but I think they bounced back and they beat Michigan State.
Jay, go for it.
I'll keep it quick once again. I'll go Illinois and Minnesota.
Oh, wait. Oh, Mark muted himself. Oh, I see.
Oh.
Did you know that you did that, Mark? Okay. Do you want to pick these games? No.
You're still muted.
No, you're still muted, bud.
I can hear everyone in the Brady Bunch picture talk except when Jay speaks.
Technology's weird. All right, let's close with this. Certainly a highly ranked Big Ten team that's a road 3-touchdown favorite or more has never lost a game. That hasn't happened except it happened earlier this year. Goins, is Indiana just going to absolutely roll Maryland this week?
No, I don't like the idea of rolling them. I think Indiana's clearly the better team, but Maryland's got some talent. Malik Washington's the real deal. Did you guys know he's only been sacked twice this year? That's pretty impressive. He's not a big runner, but he just avoids pressure and makes plays down the field. And then Maryland's defense has 22 sacks on the season. So if Indiana can win the line of scrimmage on both sides, which they should, they'll be fine. It is only the third road game of the season for Indiana. I'm not worried. And every time I say, well, 3 touchdown spreads too much, Indiana proves me wrong, but I think the Hoosiers are going to be just fine.
Trent, do you want to say something nice about the Hoosiers today?
28 minutes ago, I loved Indiana to roll in this game. Now, let's go Terps! Come on! Knock off those doofuses. Let's go!
Does anyone know what Maryland's mantra is? Like Purdue, it's boiler up.
Fear the turtle.
Yeah, but do they say
Turtle up?
go Michelangelo or something like that? I don't know. Turtle, yeah, I don't know. We gotta come up with something like that. The Fighting Squirtles, we will call them. Roman, do you think that Indiana? I'll phrase it like this because I don't think anyone's going to take Indiana to lose this game. Though I think Maryland is at least interesting. Do you think Indiana's the best team in the Big Ten?
No. I think that it's closer than some people might want to discuss, but I got to watch Sonny Styles and Arvell Reese and Caleb Downs and Jeremiah Smith do their thing here in Washington about a month ago. That as good as Indiana is, and I don't want to sound like I'm hating over here, Jacob. It's still
you're my
Ohio
guy,
State.
Roman. I know if
Be
anybody.
careful.
You didn't come to my defense today, but if anybody will, it is Roman. I do know that.
It used to be me.
It was never me.
No, I know that.
I'll take that top spot, and
Craig.
I'll wear that with pride. Now that I know that.
Craig, your thoughts on the Hoosiers?
I actually think Malik Washington will be the Big Ten Freshman of the Year, not Bryce Underwood. He is really good. And I think the biggest strength for Kurt Cignetti, though, is Indiana would have absolutely lost a game like this at Maryland in years past. But Cignetti has a knack for getting his team ready for teams they should blow out, teams that are going to be tough. Whatever the case is, I think he's dialed into his team. He'll have them ready to go. I think Indiana will win by a pretty good margin when it's all said and done.
Jay, do you feel like Indiana's really on Ohio State's level?
No, they're getting closer. They are the closest team in the country.
God, it must be good to be Jay. What are your thoughts on a great football team? They're cute. The peasants have not yet reached the level of royal status, though, and they shall not usurp the throne today, sir.
Has anybody considered Mike Locksley getting fired? This is the same thing over and over and over, where the team started very, very well. So they were 4-0 early this year, then they dropped 3 in a row. I know Jonathan Smith's going to be gone. Luke Fickell's going to be gone. Mike Locksley might be gone too. And I wouldn't be shocked if after this game, Indiana rolls over them and Mike Locksley is gone.
Jay, I do agree with you, but I think it's not the best idea this particular year because they have so many freshmen that are playing really well. And a lot of them are local guys, so maybe they'll stick around. What this core is with not just Malik Washington, but with Zahir Mathis and Sidney Stewart as well, you might as well just give him one more year, especially, you got Zion Ely coming in the 26 class as well. Like there's a lot of really nice talent that he's been able to accrue there. And I think he deserves a little bit of time for that.
Mark, you can wrap us up today with your thoughts on the Indiana Hoosiers. Jay doesn't think they're as good as Ohio State.
Jay is correct.
Okay, that's where.
Who's the squad?
Did you want to wrap it there, Mark, or want to make sure you feel like you got enough?
I think Jacob needs a little bit of humility. Your best win, like you said, it's against Oregon. What has Oregon ever accomplished in their lifetime?
Oh,
They won the Big Ten last year.
All right,
Hang the
we gotta
banner.
go. We
Hang
gotta
the
go.
banner, Spencer, right next to your-
Yeah, you do hang banners for conference championships. That's what you do.
Hang the banner. Jacob needs
Indiana's
that.
got the best
He
win in the
needs that.
country, and we
Hang
got
it.
guys trying to discredit it. That's unbelievable. We're
You
out of
built
time.
your
We gotta
street
go.
cred on
We gotta
beating teams.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Best win in the country, Mark. It's the
Great.
best win in the nation.
Great. Write that on your resume. We've got the best win in the nation this year.
Well, they are going to write it on a resume when the
that's why
playoff
they're number
rankings come out. So anyway, Jacob Goins of Locked On Hoosiers has been through the ringer today, but he stuck it out. Trent Condon of Locked On Hawkeyes. I think we should do this show in person next time just to create some theatrics. Roman Tomashoff, Locked On Huskies. Craig Sheeman, Locked On Big Ten. Jay Stevens, Locked On Buckeyes. Yeah, Craig's an Indiana guy. Mark Colkin, Locked On USC. I'm Spencer McLaughlin from Locked On. All over the place, frankly. We'll see you next time. Thanks for tuning in. And until next time, we hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day.